Here we are, June 6th, 2025, 81st anniversary of Operation Overlord, better known as D-Day. A bunch of people saved our asses that day. Don't ever forget. Just a quick walk around the garden. It's been raining here almost every day for weeks and weeks and weeks. So things have really come into their own, I think. Rudbeckia gigantea, they're popping up all over the place. That's Shelby. We kind of have joint custody with my daughter on her. She's a good dog. Agapanthus are coming to their own. It's weird. None of them bloomed last year. They're blooming this year, and it's quite nice. And the foxgloves, digitalis, they're in their last throes here, early summer. These Oriental lilies, they come back different sizes every year. A couple years ago, these things were 6, 7 feet tall. Last year, they were a little bit taller than this. This year, and the year before, they were 7 feet tall. They were about this size, and then they shot up. And I don't know. I guess the conditions, and I don't know. They may be in decline, but they're very pretty. There's no fragrance on them, but they're already starting to. They've been open for several days, and with all the wind and stuff has battered the flowers there significantly. Just regular Rudbeckia monarda tossed in there. This is the Moonfire Japanese maple. Oh, there's a hummingbird up there. I don't know if you can see him. He's over there. Rudbeckia giganteas. This is really on my list of stuff to do, but it's been raining every single day. Got a little patch of the Rudbeckia there. I think I kind of like that there. That's kind of gives a little break to all that brick. And just the way back, we call it here. Got a little bit of wild garden going on back there. And there in the middle of the yard, that's the maple tree that died this spring. Finally, we had a break of about 2-3 days with no rain. So we got out here with the boys, and we dug out the old root ball, and we put this guy in yesterday. So we'll see how he goes. Hope he survives. I got to stake him. We get some terrific wind here, and the prevailing winds come from the west, so I want to stake him at least to prevent him from blowing over from the west. Yeah, we'll see how he does there. This is the endless summer hydrangea here. He's very pink. They were on sale cheap when I bought them. I prefer blue hydrangeas. I'm trying to change the pH of that little patch of soil there. It's kind of difficult. I've been putting coffee grounds and all that kind of fun stuff on there. So, I don't know. We'll just see. Maybe next year. And there's another one over here. He doesn't have any blooms on him yet. picked up another clematis. That one's called Bourbon. It's one of our hobbies, so hostas are all kind of coming into bloom. That one's Sum and Substance hosta. There are very few that I remember the names of. Got a little pineapple experiment. I've tried to root about 4 of those so far this year. That's really the only one that's surviving. It's our guacamole hosta. I was fascinated by him last year. I just thought the flowers were spectacular, but they don't seem to be as spectacular for some reason this year. Maybe because last year I don't know, they may have been imported from further north because the flowers were later in the season. And, anyway, hummingbirds seem to like them. And again, I've grown to like petunias. Some of anything with a wave in it or it's spectacular. Agapanthus is the last little pot of agapanthus to shoot up some buds on it, so I'm happy there. More agapanthus, more agapanthus. Not a bad little garden. Echinacea. Pollinators are just starting to wake up. Monarda. Come on, Shelby. I don't know if that was a deer or a rabbit. Got in there, got that hosta. Probably a rabbit, because I think a deer would have just decimated the entire patch there. Got some of these stilbees. The pollinators go crazy on these stilbees. So this is typical. Oh, this little Monarda here. We had so much rain for so long that I didn't have to water anything. And we had like 2 or 3 days with no rain finally. And I didn't water anything. And this guy was just, he was all drooped down. And I'm surprised he survived as well as he did. But I'm going to have to clean him up a little bit. So I'm back in my regular watering cycle for the pots. You don't necessarily want to water necessarily. I don't have anything really super new in here that I have to. There's another one of the agapanthus. I just stick the pots in. They're all the agapanthus are in pots. I just stick them in behind things so they. It's a really nice deep purple one. Some more rutabaga. The slugs are pretty bad this year. I haven't had a lot of slug damage, but this year on my hostas, it's a fair amount of slug damage. It's that's Purple Ghost, Japanese maple. I'm trying to train him up. Of course, the iris are finished. Allium, got a bunch of them planted all over the place. I think for some weird reason I thought it was ever bloomed. I don't know. It surprised me to look around the back of the house. Some pyrocanthus, he's setting all his little berries. I pruned him back because he was just wild, and I need to do a little more research on him because for some reason, I thought I could train him into like a small tree / bush, but he's too flexible. The trunks do not seem to be getting firm enough. So, there's another agapanthus. It's a white one. I forget the name of it, but that's a pretty one there. Again, he's in a pot. Little green penguins that I'm adjusting well. Of course, it's been very cool and they've got a lot of rain, so they should be adjusting well. And the daylilies are starting to come out. Again, I don't remember what this one is. I went through a phase with daylilies, and they're just bullies in the garden. They just take over, and I don't know. For a couple of weeks, they're spectacular, but then they kind of just, I don't know. Oh, walked right past this limelight tree, hydrangea. One little flower in fluorescence on there, but any day now, I'll say next week, sometime by this time next week, this guy will be in full bloom, and it's really quite nice. Yeah, we'll see how he looks. Mukiyama maple. I'm trying to train him up into layers. I've got the bottom layer there and the top layer. I'll keep staking him up. I want to get him up at least. I'm going to try to get him up to about 15 feet. But we'll see how that goes. And the Eryngium. I'm not sure where all the pollinators are this morning. There's a few bees out. But typically that's just a swarm of all kinds of little wasps and bees and needles and some more Arda there, the Echinacea. Just some pots with some annuals in them. Salvia, the hummingbirds like them, the bees like them. This is my first Agapanthus that I bought several years ago, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. I think it's finally time to transplant him. Got a few, the red hot pokers, I think. I forget what their botanical name is. This area up here has been kind of ignored, and I think I need to get in there and thin them out, but that's kind of blocking that transformer there. Althea there, Rose of Sharon. He's coming out. Come on, dog. Typically, in years past, this has been the weekend. First weekend in June has been when the Japanese beetles come out. And I'm not seeing them yet, so keep our fingers crossed. Got a little nursery of stuff over here that I'm trying to grow on. So yeah, it's a little bit messy over here, but it's of course all the rhododendrons, azaleas are done for the year. Some more rudbeckias. These guys are. I'm 6 feet tall, and they're taller than me. So that's pretty cool, I think. Again, a bunch of stuff I've got in pots here. I'm not sure what to do. Those rhododendrons, I'm reluctant to give them to someone and have them go through all the work and have them die on them in the cold, but we'll see. This is that, all those little plants that were back there in pots are this guy. It's supposed to be, they call it Korean mint, Korean butterfly mint. And it just went crazy with pollinators last year. And again, just some Monarda, Shishigashiro. Just some more annuals and Baptisia there. That was nice. That was really nice. That was purple. Just growing on some more. There's a couple little pots of that Korean mint. And again, the petunias, they're just, that one's black. That one's so dark purple, it's black. And so it looks a little, you can see the purple in it now, but those have been in the right light. When the light hits them, they're black. And again, just some more stuff popping through. Some more daylilies. I think that's a purple one. We got some peach ones out front that the deer really love. So we'll see how that goes. So again, some more of the Rudbeckia, or excuse me, yeah, Rudbeckia gigantic. That's planted right outside my mom's living room window there, so she can get some color there, and the birds like them. And I've got to get some of these echinaceas. That's a I was reading somewhere, someone told me that's some sort of disease and it's not going to go away. They want to have to pull them out before it infects anything else. Because I thought the echinaceas, the species, I thought those were just pretty much disease free, but I don't know, that may have been some sort of hybrid I put in there and I don't remember. Those lilies are just some Easter lilies that I bought over the years from my wife and my mother. Stuck them in there and they seem to come back every year. Wasn't expecting that. Stocksea daisy, or Stocksea, that's not daisy, aster. And those guys, just the pollinators love them. They go nuts on them. And then just some more. That's the Gara there. I've had them in the ground and they're very short. They're perennial here. They'll live a year or two, two, maybe 3 years. But they look so cool in the wind. There's a little bit of breeze now. You can see them. They just kind of dance in the wind. The pollinators do like those also. Just my lemon and lime trees. Got a few lemons are starting to come on. And then just a shot of the way back. And this little bit of garden here in the middle. It's just, I haven't figured out what the good things are to put in here. I try to put the milkweed in there for the butterflies, for the monarchs, and they just don't do well here. They just get covered with aphids and get the funk, and I don't know why. But anyway, this is the mountain mint, which is probably a huge mistake. But yeah, anyway, we're gonna go find that dog.